Well, it sounds like the scene from a movie. Man is arrested in Puerto Rico for possessing porn that appears to have a child in it. His defense team sends a MySpace chat to the adult entertainer, begging her for help. Girl flies to Puerto Rico, bursts into courtroom, proves her adult age, and saves the day. But this is actually no movie. It is the real-life story of a New Yorker named Carlos Simon Timmerman, who was liberated by a porn star named Lupe. Joining me now is Lupe Fuentes herself and Evan Seinfeld, her manager and fiance. Hey guys, so first of all, Lupe, how did you find out about this case?
Well, they contacted me by MySpace. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
They contacted me by MySpace, and his lawyer explained me everything that is happening with this guy, and we went to help him.
And what did you think when you heard about all of this? What was your reaction?
I was really surprised. I was really upset because I love my work and I don't want to hurt anybody or do anything bad for anybody. And then all these things happen, and the police in Puerto Rico went to put this guy 20 years in jail for my videos, and I was feeling really bad, yes.
And what was it like when you stormed into the courtroom and liberated him? Set it up for us.
Everybody knew there in the court that I was there that day.
She surprised them.
I surprised them.
And what happened? What did you do to surprise them? What happened when you burst in?
Well, when I went to the room, everybody was like, like this, with that face, like, what? And I was really happy that I can help this guy. Yeah.
In Puerto Rico, the federal prosecutors win over 99% of their cases. So this guy was facing 20 years in prison. He'd already spent 4 months in jail and 3 months on house arrest.
Sorry, I didn't mean to step on your tongue, but what was his reaction to you coming, to your, proving your age and getting him out of jail essentially when he, could have faced a 2-decade sentence?
Well, the first moment when I see him was in the courtroom, and he only was looking at me like,
And Evan, what was your reaction to all of this? You are Lupe's boyfriend. You're also her manager. What was your reaction?
Well, I went down with her. I had spoken to the public defender's office, to head public defender Hector Ramos, and he set the stage for that the element of surprise was going to be the best. And when Lupe walked in, I mean, the jury, the judge, and especially the prosecutors, I mean, their faces literally hit the floor because, they had a forensic medical expert testify that factually, not her opinion, but it was a fact that the girl in the video was no older than 12. And that's a pretty serious allegation to take away a man's freedom and put him in jail for their own opinion of how old they think somebody is in a video. And,
It's a great point, and I do want to touch upon that because Lupe, I mean, in this photo that we were just looking at, you do look very young. Has anything like this happened in your career as a porn star, where people have been implicated of child pornography for watching your material and that sort of thing?
I really don't know. This is the first case that I know, but I really look really young, I don't know why. I can't do anything about it.
She's born this way. She looks young.
I'm born this way.
I think every woman wants to look young,
How old are you? How old were you in this movie?
I was 18.
18. Okay. Clearly not a child. What do you guys think this says about our criminal justice system in prosecuting child pornography? Because, Evan, as you pointed out, there were expert witnesses that swore that Lupe was underage. There was a pediatrician that swore that Lupe was underage. And without that information, this guy could have been convicted.
I mean, it's just it really typical, and it's pretty standard for the American injustice system. I mean, we operate Lupe's new website, ilovelupe.com. We are members of RTA, which is restricted to adults, and we are also members of ASACP, and we actually donate our time to help stop child pornography. And, you know, the pornography business is a legal business just like any other business in America. And the people who are most sensitive to child pornography are the legitimate pornographers, because this reflects very negatively on the industry as a whole. I've never met any child pornographers that I know of. But to put a guy in jail without any concrete evidence, the guy had a bootleg, it wasn't even an official video. The only official video she's ever really made was one called Lupe Fuentes Interactive Girlfriend Sexperience that I produced for her. And you can buy it on her website at ilovelupe.com.
What do you think? What do you think that that people that police child pornography then are getting wrong or doing wrong here? If your industry is so diligent about not producing child pornography,
I don't think it was any. But he was stopped by a customs officer, by a fat, overpaid union guy who was probably just bored of looking through people's suitcases, and he saw a video. The guy made a judgment. And, you know, it's a sensitive topic for sure. You know, I'm a father, I have children. You know, I can relate to it being a sensitive topic, but do your homework. I mean, it's like arresting a guy with a water gun, thinking he has a real gun, and the guy actually going to jail for 4 months.
Right.
It's a very similar analogy.
All right. Well, I want to thank the two of you for joining us. It's a really interesting story. Lupe, congrats to you for saving the day and saving that man.